Team pick.
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker coming out. That should be JT on Night Stalker if it stays in that 3. You know, get that Ags picked up for the Night Stalker with that AoE Void. Always disgusting to deal with. The silence is always great if you want to give chase, especially when you've got like X, Torrent, then he's under the silence of the Night Stalker. Nowhere really to go. And then, of course, you know, having that silence, having Disruptor's potential silence with the Static Storm as well as the Kinetic Field. You know, X really sets that up well as well. You know, X, you know where he's going to be pulled back to. You can throw that on the Kinetic Field, be ready for the pullback as well as the Static Storm, and it does set up really well for IG. LC picked up for Beast Coast, that Legion Commander in the 3 position. Sometimes you see a Skywrath with the Legion Commander. Maybe we see IG pick up the Skywrath against the Legion. You want a duel, you're going to get hit with the Mystic Flare.
10 seconds remaining.
We've
5 seconds remaining.
seen, you know, the X Torrent Mystic Flare combos. It's not unheard of.
Radiant team pick.
Let's see. They go to the Lena. So that burst damage, that LSA, you know, stun, burst, always good. Lena in the 4 position, like we saw in the previous game, was Yule's as well as the Aether Lens.
Dire team back.
And Lifestealer, which you can infest into the Legion, blink, duel, pop the infest. See what the build ends up being here for the Lifestealer, if it will be the Radiance as well. We've been seeing Lifestealers, at least I have recently, go Armlet into Midas.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So I'm interested to see the direction that K1's going to bring this Lifestealer into, and they still have that mid yet to be picked, and they ban the TA. So it doesn't get picked up in the 2nd phase, won't be picked up here in the 3rd phase, as they ban the TA and get it out of the hands of Chris Luck.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
IG still needing a hero here for Fly.
Team pick.
Mid available. They still have the Puck. They still have Invoker.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But need to be okay with being jumped on by the Night Stalker. Need someone who's not relying too heavily on if they're silenced surviving, hopefully.
Dire team pick.
And they go Viper. So Viper, Lifestealer, Legion, Oracle, Mirana. See what the last pick ends up being here for IG.
5 seconds remaining.
And maybe it's been done before. Go one position, Night Stalker, throw the Kunkka in the offlane, pick up a different mid. I doubt that's the direction they're going to go to, but, you know, just speaking in theoreticals here. Could go into the CK, which would give you a little bit of control, Reality Rift. But, you know, you could get the Emo Invoker if you put the Kunkka in the offlane, Night Stalker safe lane. So let's see what they want to do with this final pick. Definitely a lot of options if you really think about the fact that they could move the Night Stalker and the Kunkka. And they will.
You may now select your heroes.
They will go to the Night Stalker 1 position, Kunkka 3. I feel pretty good about that. And I was able to get that call. But, Chris Luck on the Viper, Hector on the Lifestealer, Whisper here with the Legion Commander, with Schofield on the Marana, Stinger on the Oracle, Emo on that Invoker, which we saw just destroy during the summit, and then Kaka on the Lina, Fly on the Night Stalker, in the safe lane, JT on the off lane, Kunkka, and then 5 position, Ali on the Disruptor. Game 2 here with IG leading 1-0 after really stealing game 1 away. And I'm excited to see this Emo on Invoker firsthand.
Try harder. Sound strategy. Prepare for battle.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
So, opportunity to see Emo go off on this Invoker for everybody, if possible. But still, you know, it might be hard for the Invoker if he's caught. Got the opportunity to say Fortune's End into an arrow or a duel with the Infest of the Lifestealer. It's definitely not just an easy game here, just because he got the Invoker.
"30 seconds to battle."
So Fly into the safe lane right now by himself with the Lina and the Kunkka in the off lane, of course, with Kaka and JT. Doesn't look like there's going to be any lane swaps for the moment for IG, but Beast Coast taking a look as Hector's here over top and Legion over bottom.
The battle begins.
See if they're able to convert something. Fortune's End into an arrow could definitely lock down Fly. And they'll spot him. They throw the quick Fortune's End. They don't get the arrow out, but again, Schofield going into the trees over here on this side. Fly is going to need to be very careful, especially with Ollie not there yet, but he'll finally TP in.
Not so fast.
So Fortune's End. Arrow should follow. It will. We'll have some decent damage on a Fly. Now the open wounds is out and might be first blood and will be first blood. So they're able to grab first blood, and that was the setup they were looking for. We'll see if they keep both supports here over in the top lane. It shouldn't stay that way, but we'll see.
For the hunt.
Eight and 2 already for the Viper. Legion taking a little bit of damage, forced to pop that salve. JT just farming away. It's 7-2 himself, with Legion just 2 last hits to his name. Kaka takes a little bit of damage, has the LSA to throw, as Whisper just continuing to go in. And looking to throw the overwhelming odds to get the kill, but won't be enough damage to kill off this Lina. Fortune's End on Ollie. Have kept the Mirana up here. And just leaping forward, looking for the arrow. It will land, and now it's 2-0 here for Beast Coast.
Your phase ends.
So, all done there as they... Ooh, Legion, as well as the Sunstrike on the Viper. No, they've got Invoker dead. Emo finally gets the kill afterwards, but Whisper dead over bottom. Emo goes down as I believe the arrow must have hit from the Mirana.
Fuel for my fire.
He does get the kill after he's dead, but Viper now, experience-wise, is pretty close. And the CS is the same. Now Mirana finally shifts over towards bottom, but I don't know how long they'll have the Mirana staying. Schofield's been moving around a lot and has been disrupting multiple lanes. So to come over bottom, potentially get a kill here, being a nuisance in all 3 lanes, moving around constantly, not the worst idea. Something we used to see with 4 positions a lot more a while back, where say like Bobica on the Tusk we were talking about earlier, who would just run around the map and disrupt and hopefully get some kills, and that's what the Mirana's doing right now. Stinger, though, getting chased. Fly moving over. Has Void in 3 seconds, but it will be the kill here for Ollie. And once Fly realized that, he backed off and started going back to the lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Arrow. Not going to land. Sunstrike, though. Chris Luck. And Emo... He'll get the solo kill onto the Viper mid, and this is what we were looking for. He threw that Sunstrike, had the cold snap, lined it up, and got the kill. I mean, this is the Emo we saw at the Minor.
Step lively now. Your
Something
admiral is on
that
board.
we're going to potentially see again right here, right now.
Invisibility.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures
4-3
are
in favor of IG. Look at JT. 28-4. Meanwhile, bottom, they'll get another kill here on the Whisper. Two and 0 for Kaka. And JT just dominating this lane for the moment. And the CS is close here right now between Emo and Chris Luck, as Kaka does eventually go down. Schofield will get credit for that. I thought for a moment maybe Kaka was going to try and sacrifice himself to the tier 2 tower, which we see so often, but won't do so this time and gets caught out by the Mirana and the Legion. JT, though, stun comes in and got the overwhelming odds to hit, so they will kill JT and slow down his progression and take a 1,000 net worth lead. Mid. Cold snap. Chris Luck. Sitting low, but they've got the Fortune's End, and Emo needs to back off. He almost got that kill again on a Chris Luck. The rotation of the Oracle, enough to save his life. And now Kaka looking for the damage on a Schofield. He goes north. They go south. The attack range is long for Kaka, trying to get Schofield. And now the Starstorm comes in. They've got the X, the LSA. Locks him up. They get the kill on the Mirana, but the overwhelming odds will trade. And we're still even here at 6. So 3 heroes coming towards mid. Chris Luck has the double damage, and Fly kind of getting stuck there. Doesn't go after the Viper. Fortune's End hits on 2. They've got the kinetic field, but now the arrow hits on a Fly. He's in a horrible position and is going to die. The aggression does not pay off. He looked over mid originally. They'll lose the disruptor. Meanwhile, JT gets this solo kill onto Whisper. I mean, that went really... Fly rotates out of his lane for just a moment and ends up dead. Emo dead for the first time over mid. Schofield getting to the side, and kinetic field under the tower. Chris Luck, he needs to be careful. They've got the Thunder Strike, and the tower hits isn't enough. They'll lose 3 mid, and they don't even get the Viper. Meanwhile, JT goes down bottom. We're looking for the Sunstrike, but don't have it. Top, Fly. K1 doesn't have the Infest, but Fly needs to definitely be careful with not enough mana to throw that Void.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Open wounds. We'll send him back, and Legion dying over towards bottom. JT with the X as well as the Torrent boat to get that kill. And well, right now we see the Life Stewer sitting top of the net worth, top of the CS chart, top of the net worth, and going into the Midas, finishing off the wand, and then going into the Radiant. So it won't be the Armlet build for this Life Stewer for the moment. Kunkka bottom. Arrow hits with Fortune's End, and they've got the duel. They'll get the kill. They'll look for a second as Kaka tries to leave. Urn placed on him by Schofield. Fly gonna TP in. LSA is gonna miss, but it'll take out the trees. And now they'll look over at the Oracle to try and give chase. They've got the Sunstrike. It doesn't land, but they'll get the kill anyway. Now they're looking to turn this around pretty heavily. Stun comes out as Kaka on the run. One more shot will get the kill. They've got the Moonlight Shadow, and now Fly is the one who needs to lead. Void Weep, arrow, hits. Is it enough damage? Not right there, but overwhelming odds with the Starstorm. Will finally finish him off. It's 15-9, and really getting ahead is beastcoast. But the boat Torrent with the Sunstrike.
His middle tower is under attack.
Arrow slows down JT for a moment. Kaka comes over, lands the stun. They will finally get Whisper. This is the second time that
Radiant structures are
Fly has rotated out of his lane and died.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kuno Blade onto the Mirana. Kaka on the run, but hit by the Viper Strike and will end up dying as they get the trade for position 4s.
Damage. Bounty.
Is this going to be a smoke?
Tower is under attack.
Placing the sentry like they want to spot vision if it's there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, there's the shrine, there's the smoke.
Dire are scanning.
They'll come over. Chris Luck showing himself. Smoke's going to break. They've got the Dark Ascension used immediately with the Thunder Strike. Chris Luck on the run. Sunstrike comes in. That'll land onto the Viper, and they'll get the kill easily. Now the Glimpse pulling back Schofield into the kinetic field. Nowhere to go from here. Moonlight Shadow, but they've got the Tidebringer to finish off the Mirana. Meanwhile, mid, Whisper avoiding the LSA. Overwhelming odds with a deafening blast. Now they've got JT. So, in a second more, he would have had the X. Just getting away, though, is the Legion Commander. And meanwhile, the entire time, K1's just been farming. Has the Midas, 1,000 more gold going towards that Sacred Relic, as well as, you know, the Radiance in full. Gotta see if IG are able to recover, and got phase boots on the Night Stalker. We'll see what's next. Meanwhile, Emo, he's sitting 5th on the net worth, just about at 4,000. Any smokes available on Beast Coast? They do have one on the Oracle, and it looks like they are themselves setting up for a smoke play. So they'll head over towards mid. JT will spot the Mirana, who's getting chased. They've got the X. Pull her back with the Static Storm committed, but now the rest of the side of Beast Coast are coming over. They're looking for the duel. They've got the Fortunes in to lock up the Disruptor, and they will get the duel victory. That is now 20 duel damage for this Legion Commander.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Off that, they're going to go for the tier 1 too. Leave some open space here for the Invoker. Bring that Midas all the way over.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They're going to lose that tower. They look at Hector once again. They'll try to land the Blind Torrent, but won't be able to do so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Emo caught. With rotations coming out from multiple heroes, they've got the Glimpse as well as the Kinetic Field, and now Schofield in trouble. They've got the X, they'll hit the Tornado, they'll drop him down, and that actually messes up the X pullback. Not going to matter, though, as JT will finish him off. So now JT sitting here 6-3-4. He's third on the net worth, top for the Dire. And this is something we saw in the previous game for IG. Emo and JT making time and space for Fly, and that actually stems from this game at least, rotations that really didn't work out for him. X boat hitting on Whisper.
Your admiral is on board.
Early medallion here for the Legion Commander. They're still trying to set up to get this kill onto the Lifestealer. They've got a couple heroes coming over top. They'll miss the LSA, and immediately he rage TPs out.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
So we'll see how well Emo can recover with this Midas, and quite honestly, how Fly is going to end up recovering. The arrow doesn't land on him, and he's going for that Ags. Can Emo and JT build enough space for this Night Stalker to get this Ags quickly enough to play aggressively come, you know, the night that follows that Ags pickup? Whole time though, Lifestealer has been untouched. 0-0-1, 130 last hits in almost 15 minutes. Just about getting this Sacred Relic.
Radiant are scanning.
This will do nicely.
Radiant's middle tower.
3 bounty runes for Beast Coast.
Dire are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
They'll find the
tower is under
Lifestealer.
attack.
They'll push him away from his shrine.
Radiant's top tower
But
is under attack.
Kaka is signaling that he just wants to go for the tier 1. However, Moonlight Shadow was used. They've got Whisper and K1 ready to go in. No Blink Dagger to cover the distance, but rotations nonetheless. And now rotations coming out from IG over at bottom. Chrysalok just sitting back, and continually while this is happening, Emo just looking to get himself that farm. He done okay over mid. He had a couple of deaths that really slowed him down, and now they've got the X, they've got the Torrent. Can they get this kill on a Chrysalok? They actually look over at the Oracle, who gets low and gets the False Promise off before the silence actually hits onto him from Fly, and now under this tower he's in so much trouble. He's forced to run away. They'll finally get the kill on a Stinger. Meanwhile, can they find Chrysalok on the other side of this fight? Torrent doesn't land. Dragon Slave is there. They get the kill. The Courier also goes down, and now they're going to look for Schofield. Fly doesn't want to get too close. He doesn't want to die to his Starstorm, potentially, and they will find him, and Fly gets credit for that kill. They'll also get the tier 1. But they need to be careful, and overwhelming odds can take out a multitude of heroes here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. attack.
So that fight, 3 for 0. Good amount of gold going into the hands of Kaka and Ali.
Fortified.
Kaka this time going into Aether Lens, and then the Shadow Blade not picking up the Yules on this go.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking like another potential smoke after the shrine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll take out the vision. They are grouped up, and it doesn't look ready to pop here, and it will. Radiance finally finished for Hector. They'll find Chris Luck. They've got the Void as well as the Silence. The Moonlight Shadow comes in. They've got a Sentry Ward ready for when they glimpse him back. The Force Staff out of the kinetic field, and now he's alive. They've got the duel on Ali. They'll get the kill. It's going to be more dual damage here for Whisper. They look over for Firefly, who was hit by the arrow. Oh boy, again. Seems like every time he goes to fight, he gets found down. That's going to be 2, if not 3. With the Fortune's End coming into the blink forward from Whisper. Arrow landing, and there it is. A double kill for Whisper, and 3 kills in the favor of Beast Coast, losing nothing. So that smoke does not work out for them, and on top of which, they are gonna fall behind even more with this first Aegis going into the hands of Beast Coast.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
They have a smoke ready off this shrine. They do not. And Moonlight Shadow on cooldown for another 60.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The whole time, though, Emo's just continuing to farm. He's going into the Ags, and now sits top of the net worth for the Dire side. JT's got the BKB. Sunstrike hits. They'll find Hector. And that is the first time he has gone down this game. He has practically had a free game up to that point. But the combination finally coming in. Chris Locke. He's spotted, and they are giving chase to Ali. But Static Storm and the Oracle caught. Press the attack. Silence comes through. False Promise surviving now the duel. Firefly, after the glimpse onto the Legion Commander, gets pulled all the way back towards the shrine. He's got the Spirit Vessel on him. Firefly ends up dying. Ali might be next. Arrow hits, and there it is. Pulled the camera away for a second because I heard the Aegis go down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Venice.
Moonlight Shadow and Lifestealer still sticking to his lane so far. Schofield comes over. They're shrined up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Don't have a sentry
Dire's
here, and
structures are
Emo
fortified.
moving forward. He's got some of his team nearby, so I don't think he'll get blown up if they try to jump on him. The leap forward. They've got JT around the corner, and this might just go poorly for Beast Coast. Boat coming in, and that's not going to land on anybody. They'll TP out Emo immediately. The Laguna Blade coming out onto the Mirana. Sunstrike on the walk back. Oh, just barely missing. And there's the Ags for Emo being finished off. As, like I've said, he's gotten a good amount of time to just farm up. Still have K1 to top of the net worth. Going to the Heavens Halberd. BKB, then the AC.
Dire's top
Has that
tower
Radiance.
is
Chris
under
Luck
attack.
He's got himself the Hurricane Pike. BKB's next on the way, but
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I haven't really felt too much from him recently. Arrow flies in. Won't land. Now they've got a kinetic field with the torrent landing. There's the Sunstrike and the kill. Heavy into that exhort, and it is a lot of damage coming in from that Sunstrike. Finally, an Ag's picked up here for the Night Stalker, but you look at where Fly sits. The position 1 on IG sits behind the position 4 of the same team. Got the Cold Snap, and X False Promise immediately popped on the Oracle. Radiant's Courier goes down once again, and they're trying to run the Kunkka away as Chris Luck press the attack. He's silenced up by Fly. He's got that Axe for this fight. Ghostwalk slowing up K1 for a moment. Now they've got the X as well as the Torrent on a Whisper. He takes a lot of damage, but he's trying to be healed up by Stinger. Ollie goes down to the Lifestealer, and now he's trying to go after JT. Fortune's End locks him up for a little bit longer. The press the attack. I don't think it's going to be enough to get him out of there. And now, open wounds. BKB's popped by JT. Stinger out of the Sunstrike. Gets hit by the Tornado. So that is the Oracle dead. They're still looking over at this Lifestealer to try and get a kill here as they've got him silenced up. He doesn't have Infest. Arrow flies in, and it won't land on either the Night Stalker or the Kunkka, and Fly will just take his winnings and TP away. So, getting close to that level 20. So far has gone into the 2-Forge Spirit Summon, plus the minus 30 seconds on the Ghost Walk. They're pressuring over bottom. I might find this Lifestealer again. Kaka's got the Shadow Blade. They'll get the LSA as well as the Laguna Blade coming through. Torrent boat, but the Rage is out. And he's able to leave. Attack range, spell lifesteal. Oh, Blink Duel was at least trying to look for it, but now Emo immediately on the gun with the Tornado. He slowed him up with the Ice Wall, and Whisper trying to man fight this up, but there's no chance he can really stop Emo from killing him. Back over, Dark Ascension. Gotta think that now he spotted both Chris Luck and Stinger, and he will. They've got the Kinetic Field, the Thunder Strike onto the Oracle. They get themselves another one. The arrow flies in, but it's not gonna hit onto anybody. Chris Luck trying to get away. JT as well as Fly giving chase. They've got the Void once again with the another Toxin laid down, but if you take a look over, they're going to go for Schofield instead because they've got the ability to fly over the river and get the kill, and then back over to the Viper. Sunstrike hits Chris Luck on the run. They've got the Void as well as the Silence, and 4 dead as Fly, despite being so low on the net worth chart, gets himself a triple kill.
Bounty.
Now grab this tier 1 tower. So 4 kills plus a tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Kaka again with the Shadow Blade trying to get under the nose of K1. Rage is going to be popped well in time to miss out on getting hit by that stun.
Step lively now. Your
Quick pause from JT. A close game. 4,000 net worth lead here for IG. Just, you know, I do want to reiterate, you know, from my end, it's very frustrating to have technical difficulties. So I want to apologize again for that in the first game. Things have been smoother this time around. You know, I'm happy that it's smoother. Everybody can enjoy the game. That's, you know, one of the most important things to me is how you guys are able to enjoy the game. You know, if I could have a beefy observing setup here in my room, I would if I could afford that. But, you know, got what I've got so far, and I just, you know, always trying to give you guys the best possible production, especially when I'm under the, you know, working for BTS, I don't want to let them down either. So, you know, I really thank you guys for sticking it out. I know some of you guys left while it was bad, and I understand that completely. I would do the same. But for the most part, I am happy to have the stream back running smoothly, and us getting back to watching some great Dota. So, just want to say thanks again. I'm sorry if this is a weird pause break conversation. But let's talk about the items. Let's go back to the game. You know? Got Blink Dagger as well as the Phase Boots and the Medallion. The early Medallion, no Blade Mail here for the Legion Commander. Now going into the Blink Dagger and finishing off the Solar Crest afterwards. BKB, this feels like such a slow game from the Viper, despite being 4th on the net worth. I just feel like we haven't seen much from Chris Luck this game at all. Then we take a look at the Lifestealer. He's going into a BKB. He's also got that Radiance and the Heaven's Halberd with the Midas set up. Marana with the Spirit Vessel going into the mech. Oracle just trying to survive with a Ghost Scepter. Hex next for the Kunkka has 5,100 gold as its Phase Boots BKB for J2. Really held the game together to try and help Fly get back into the game, which really he's bottom 5. But, you know, we obviously saw what he was able to do in that last fight, getting the triple kill. Emo reconnects as Ags next for the Lina. And then Emo, he's got himself that Ags, Boots of Travel, as well as the Midas. And then, of course, Ollie in the 5 with the Bracers and the Smoke, being a good 5 position. You know?
Radiant structures are fortified.
So we're back in it, back off the pause, back watching some great Dota. I'm excited. Lincoln Sphere here for the Invoker. BKB finished off for the Legion, and we'll go to the Solar Crest and Desolator. Interesting. Let's see if Whisper is able to find and secure that much farm. You know, really, if you're IG, you're worrying about what Fly is able to get because he's still sitting here bottom 5 on the net worth. So he's struggled all game. It seems like every time he kind of comes over, he ends up dying, except for that last exchange. And now, you know, might be finally feeling it as he's got this Ags in. And quite honestly, he's got the support of JT as well as Emo. Emo, who's just a god on this Invoker.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So they'll go for the bottom tier 2. We'll see if anybody rotates out here for the side of Beast Coast.
Radiant's bottom
They won't. They'll
tower
just give
has
up this
fallen.
tower. Daedalus next for the Kunkka of JT. X to pull back Emo if he gets into a little bit of trouble. The Torrent will be thrown if anybody wants to blink in on him. He's got the Lincolns. And Arrow. Not going to land. Sunstrike does a lot of damage on a Stinger.
Dire's top tower is under
Hey
attack.
now. And I look over at K1, and he's TPing out after going for the tier 3, doing about half the tower's health in damage.
Oh, your admiral is on board.
Definitely an opportunity for Beast Coast to bring the game back. I think maybe you would like a little bit more damage on Whisper. He's done a very good job this game. 10, 7, and 4. A very good job. And then 3, 1, and 4 for the Lifestealer. He's trying to finally get involved here as he's been farming for the most part. Now finally has this AC. The BKB is going to be popped by JT. It throws the Torrent behind him if anybody were willing to chase. Potentially a Blink duel from the Legion. But nobody follows up. And now, again, IG potentially setting up for a fight. They've got Emo within the jungle. He's inside Ghostwalk at the moment. Tornado hits on the Legion. Now the EMP will follow it up, but the Lifestealer is here. They'll pop the Lincolns. Fortune's End coming out. There's the Sentry Ward placed down. He wouldn't have been on him. I think he was just out of range of it. And now Lena's got that axe. Looking for the duel. We'll find it. Has the BKB. Arrow comes in. I'll leave the man alone. He is just a 5-position disruptor trying to do his job. Meanwhile, the Mirana's going to get hit up. They've got the silence onto the Legion Commander as well as the Mirana as they're giving chase. They've got the false promise from Stinger to save Schofield. They buy back on Ollie. Meanwhile, Emo's gone. He's outside of the camera range and he ends up dead here. The arrow's going to be thrown at JT who tried to get out of this one. They've got the X and, oh boy, Spirit Vessel really starting to chip away at JT. Fly trying to get something for what he's come for. 3-man Void. Viper Strike hits. Double kill here for the Lifestealer on Akaka, who's really not involved either. The blink forward coming out from Whisper. Tornado as they bought back on Emo. They'll find Hector. He's locked in with the kinetic field. Now they've got the Deafening Blast, but they won't get the kill just yet. They've got the Cold Step 4 step away and ends up dying to Fly's Void. X marks the spot on a Chris Luck. He'll finally pop the BKB. He's hitting away at Fly, who's still just not dead. It feels like he's been in this fight forever. Whisper moves forward. Does he have duel up again? He does. He could have gone for a fight there if he wanted to get a quick duel, but I don't think JT was the right target. They start to back off. They look for the torrent. Blind hits. Now they've got the X as well as the boat. Meanwhile, glimpse into the Static Storm. Cataclysm coming through. And it does a bit of damage, and now Whisper hit by the Tornado. He'll go up, he'll come down, he ends up dead. Emo gets the kill for that one. Now Chris looks surrounded by 3 heroes. Kinetic Field is there. Make it a 4th with JT joining into the ring around the Rosie party around this tree. And they'll take out Chris Luck. And Wicked Sick is Fly. So a 4 for 3, but 2 buybacks from IG. Laguna Blade and Schofield gone. A 5 for 3, except 2 buybacks used by IG. And now in a Roche they go, and they definitely need this Aegis because they have bought back on Emo. And he does not have that buyback for another 6.5 minutes. So Scan comes out, but who's going to stop this? Oracle? No way. Aegis in cheese. Emo. We'll pick up that Aegis after buying back. Switch it back to the net worth. We see that Lifestealer is still at the top. Night Stalker, though, from bottom 5 to top 4, has his BKB, as we saw in the previous engagement. Now picked up the cheese and 3,300 net worth. 3,300 gold. Oh my god. You have that final sentence in your head and then you just say something else. All you can do is laugh.
Step lively. Your admiral is on board.
BKB there for the Lifestealer. He's going into the Lincolns next. Basher now from that 3,300 gold.
Thank you.
So let's see. It's JT. He was also looking for that Dados. He's got 4,000 gold saved up.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Like we saw, he was going into that Daedalus, but we'll see how quickly he can finish it off. Torrent flying through. 5 heroes here for Beast Coast.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Smoke play. Smoke breaks. Fly on the opposite side of these trees. They also find JT. They're going to pop the Lincolns as well as the BKB. Bow coming through, and now Fly looking for a target. He's got the Void on a Whisper. Hits that first hit bash, but the Heaven's Helper is going to be used by Hector to slow him down. And X. Glimpse coming through into the kinetic field. They've got the Laguna Blade. Fly just trying to fly around and maybe find a target. Arrow comes in, but it's not going to land on anybody. X again onto the Lifestealer. BKB going to run out on Whisper. They'll pull him back. He's got the Rage. Chasing, though, with the double damage is the Night Stalker. He's going to focus on Stinger. He really wanted to go for the Oracle to start to get that False Promise out or just get the kill on the Oracle. And they'll get around him and get the kill. Nowhere for him really to go and no help from anybody on the side of East Coast.
Blood in the way.
I want to die.
So they take out Oracle. It was an odd fight that kind of went on with just one death of the Oracle going down. What is Ollie got? Glimmer Cape coming in next. Basher and 1,000 gold saved up. JT off the Daedalus strain to the AC. Okay.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Good stack to take there. Still looking for that Lincoln. Still ahead on top of the net worth by about 3,000. Oh, lines the LSA up. Gets the BKB to be popped. They've got the kinetic field as well as the Sunstrike not landing. Goes through the kinetic field. Tornado's not going to hit. Whisper, though, without a TP for 2 seconds. Can they find him? No, in the trees he'll go. He's able to escape, but that does cost him his BKB. That is now down to 7 seconds.
Not bad at all.
Ags next for the Viper. Meanwhile, top, Fly, not by himself, but they're definitely looking to hit him with an arrow and get a kill here, and they're going to miss it. And now the Sentry Ward comes out of the Ghost Walking Emo. They've got the Fortune's End as well as the open wounds onto the Invoker. They're just trying to get away with the Tornado hitting on a 1, 2, not 3, but it's on a bunch of these heroes as they will really disrupt the fight, and they'll go after Stinger. They've got the Sunstrike dropping in. A lot of damage being done. Viper comes over, but the silence is out onto 3 of these heroes as they're under Fly's Shroud here. They still don't get the kill on a Stinger. Meanwhile, towards the top end of this fight, they'll look for the Lifestealer. He's invis under the Moonlight Shadow. Deafening Blast comes down in a 360 around him. They've got the Chaos Meteor coming down. But with the Void, they start to catch up to him. False Promise is going to be used here by Stinger. Still alive, hit with the Tornado. Everybody's hit with this Tornado, it seems. Stinger ends up gone. False Promise still up, and K1 is now starting to chase on a Fly. He'll be back to full health. The right side, through the ice wall. Schofield leaps away. Infest. And popping it, looking for Emo, looking to land an arrow. Not going to come out once again. Viper's still alive, maybe looking to give chase. The cheese is going to be eaten by Fly. They've got the LSA. No, the Rage is going to be used beforehand, and they won't hit the Torrent either. Into the trees he'll go. Kaka invis thanks to the Shadow Blade. Rage trying to back off. He's going to be popped. They've got the silence, and now they're giving chase. Enough will it be? They've got the X as well as the good away, but the Fortune's End is there. He's able to survive this much longer. The Void comes out. The duel's going to be won by Whisper over Kaka. BKB finally popped by JT. He's going to torrent and try and just get out of here. Well, Fly leaves and into the trees. Oh, Sunstrike. Not going to hit. But he's able to make a lot of space getting out of here.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
So an 8,000 net worth lead for IG. These fights seem to go on forever with minimal casualties, apparently. And then back to the Daedalus here for JT. Sitting third in the net worth, second for the Dire. But as you can see, Fly, who had 6,000 net worth at like 20 minutes into the game, has finally caught up. He's got 16,000 net worth. Silence, BKB. And just trying to bash him up and lock down this Lifestealer, but he's got the open wounds. Can he get the kill on a Fly? Fly's trying to man fight this. He needs to run. He's down a sliver of health. Good for a duel, JT. He's running away as they've got the glimpse onto the Legion, but open wounds on Ollie. Bo coming through, trying to save their disrupt, and the Static Storm is going to be placed, and with the kinetic field to block out Schofield as well as Stinger, but they lose this disruptor. BKB, Viper Strike, Fly, Nether Toxin on him. Getting low, but not dying. Back over top for Beast Coast.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
Take the tier 3. X will pull back JT, and now the Tornado comes in. That's going to hit on the Oracle. They'll have the Lincolns popped on JT. Void hits on 2. They need to get rid of this Oracle. He's got the False Promise, and they're going to be able to do just that. So now this is your opportunity to go for fights because they don't have the save of the Oracle, and he's going to be dead for 86 seconds. They pop the BKB on the Lifestealer as well as Fly popping his. Silence, X, Boat coming down. First hit bash onto the Lifestealer. That'll stop him from going after Fly for a moment. Chris Hawk getting low. He'll be hit by the Cold Snap. He'll end up dying, and now they look over after Schofield. He won't be able to leap away onto the Silence, but they'll look for the Lifestealer. Won't find him as he TPs away. The double leap out. Tornado not landing. Neither will the LSA. And they'll kill off the Viper as well as the Oracle. So they lose their top set of racks over top. IG still 9,000 net worth ahead. Could be a lot worse, but for Beast Coast, they've put all their eggs in the basket of Hector. Lincoln's popped. And the duel. They've got the Spirit Vessel. Emo all of a sudden caught out. I'm not sure he was expecting that. And now Kaka's probably a +1. Overwhelming odds. The chase is on. Kaka, though, too speedy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sound strategy.
Bounty.
Maybe looking for the Legion, who's still sticking around and is. The Spot Whisper will pop the BKB. Chasing over. Doesn't have duel for 14 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Buyback from Emo. That is because Hector is trying to take the mid-tier 3. Goes into the rage and immediately tries to TP out. He is level 25, so does have that extra 2-second rage duration.
Radiant are scanning.
So he bought back to try and protect the base, but doesn't end up working out in his favor, and, well, Lifesteal is just able to leave. This is a slow but steady comeback here for Beast Coast. Doing a really good job. Hopefully soon you'll have 25 on Chris Luck. That'll give him, if he takes it, the Nether Toxin Silencing. Oracle, he's almost level 20, which would be nice to get that False Promise Invisibility. See if he goes to the movement speed instead. But the invisibility is always an added plus, that's for sure. X will be spotted. JT now needs to run. Has his Lincoln's popped. He has the BKB if he needs to go to it. He'll finally pop it. They've got the Cataclysm raining down. It's going to do a lot of damage as well as the bow coming through. Whisper almost dead and almost losing that duel. JT needs to get away. Kaka coming over. He was looking for a Laguna Blade to finish off Whisper, and off camera he will. Just out of the range of my camera, unfortunately. JT TP's out and is able to escape. As they lose the Legion Commander, who, by the way, has 160 duel damage. Just cheese refresher shard available on this next Roche. Don't have Legion, but Legion does have buyback if need be. I'm gonna come over. They'll spot Chris Luck. He's got his BKB. Hoping to get a bash. Here comes the Lifesteal with the open wounds on a Fly. They'll give chase for a moment. The arrow flies in. That's gonna land on a JT. They've also got the Abyssal Blade finished off and thrown onto Kaka immediately. He'll go into the Shadow Blade, so he's able to survive for now. They look over at Fly. They've got the False Promise out on the Marana, as well as the boat flying, and the BKB is going to be popped. The Cataclysm raining down once again, gets the kill on a Stinger. Now looking over at Crystal who no longer has the BKB. False Promise about to run out. Marana on the run. Chris Luck doing a lot of damage. Pops the Lincolns on the Kunkka, chasing over after Fly. It's now back into the daytime. Tornado flying in, but it's not going to hit onto the Lifestealer. Getting the Oracle. Popping some BKBs. So a little bit of a win here for IG. And still this Roche available. And it will be the full Abyssal for Fly. See how quickly he's able to get into that. Lifestealer, his BKB down to 7 seconds, so he's got Rage and BKB right now. The Abyssal Blade flying in on that fight. Doesn't get the kill on Akaka because they don't have the vision after he goes invis with the Shadow Blade, but now he's going into the Refresher. So that double Ags Laguna. Definitely the ability to double ult hate
Dire's
someone.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And the Refresher is finished off. Got the X duel, stops the pullback. Meanwhile, over bottom, they'll find the Lifestealer. Kaka's going to come over. He's got the double Laguna if he wants to use it. Goes into the Shadow Blade. They've got the Moonlight Shadow, so out of vision is the Lifestealer as well as this Lina. Back over towards the high ground. They need to make sure that he's out. Oh no, the Laguna! Onto an illusion! Kaka, as well as the duel happening over to the right. They've got the Cataclysm coming down. That's going to do a lot of damage on a Whisper. They'll get the duel victory for JT. Arrow misses, and now the Tornado is going to land onto the Lifestealer as well as the Marana. They've got the Silence on it too, but the Abyssal Blade hits on a Fly. They've got the Spirit Vessel. The BKB is going to be popped as well as the Link is being placed on him. Mules once again from the Rana. The Static Storm is going to be placed down as well as the Kinetic Field. Onto the high ground. Fly will go. The False Promise is going to be used on the Oracle. They'll take out Schofield. Emo is going to hit away at Stinger. They'll get themselves a third. None of them have buyback. The Lynx is going to be popped, and now they'll try to take care of this Lifestealer. Tornado comes in, but he's within the rage. They've got the Viper Strike as well as just being used. BKB is going to be popped by JT. Now he's on the run. We'll throw the boat on top of where he was standing. It's multiple boats coming in. It is the fleet that is flying in. They'll pop the Lincolns on Emo once again. The Nether Tox is going to be laid down, but he's not level 25 yet, so it doesn't silence. They've got the BKB popped by Chris Luck inside the Kinetic Field. And now, let's see if they can fish off either Chris Luck or the Lifestealer. They do a lot of damage. They've got the X as well as the Meteor. They've got the Deafening Blast as well. That'll get the kill on the Viper. Now they pop the Lincolns on the Lifestealer. They've got the Kinetic Field down as well as the Torrent. The finally landed with the MP coming in. They bashed him up, but now the Abyssal Blade used on JT is not going to have enough damage. The Forge Spirits gets used by Emo. Now they infest into this Catapult, and he'll pop it. First hit bash. I saw no! Void comes in as well as the Silence. And they've got the Kinetic Field, they've got the Torrent. Can they lock him down long enough to get the kill? They finally can! He's dead for 100 seconds! Rosh is here, Rosh is available, but Kunkka as well as the Night Stalker need to back off for a second, get some health. Give me the Shrine.
Invisibility.
Hold for my
Regen for JT. That'll help out a lot.
bounty.
Into Rosh they'll go. Buyback from the Lifestealer, so they immediately evacuate from the pit, but they've got themselves the Hex onto the Marana. The press of the attack comes up, and the Glimpse is there. The leap out, silence, Laguna Blade comes in, and Schofield is gone. Force that forward with the Fortune Set. That's going to hit on Akaka. They've got the open wounds as well as the damage coming in from Hector to get the kill on Akaka, who's bringing that Laguna Blade with the Ags as well as the Refresher Orb. They look over at Whisper, who's going to pop the BKB. The Static Storm is going to be placed down. They've also got the silence onto the Oracle, so he's dead. No save here with the False Promise. The damage is going to be done here onto the Legion, and they'll take out Whisper. They look over at Hector. He's going to pop the Rage. The first aid patch is going to be out there onto the Kunkka. So can they kite this Lifestealer once again? Fly looking over at Stinger. He's going to be disarmed for the moment. He'll charge up the Fortunes in. And now Stinger, with a little bit of health, will finally pop that False Promise and be able to back off.
Step lively now.
20,000 net worth lead for IG. And it still seems like hard fights. Finally, the Bloodthorn for JT coming out. Kaka dead for another 50 seconds.
Step
Legion,
lively
who
now.
had
Your
gone into
admiral
the
is on
extra
board.
duel damage, had lost that duel to the Kunkka. Free 66 damage there for the Kunkka. Finally, the Abyssal Blade finished off for Fly, and without this Legion for 35 seconds, Roche still available. Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard. Now they're going to come over, and they could quite possibly finish this game. Let's switch over to the buyback and see that it's just the Viper and the Disruptor. Oh, they find the Marana. They've got the Hex. They've got the damage, of course. With the bashes coming through, they'll get a quick kill on the Schofield. Lifestealer TP's in. He's got double damage, goes into the Rage. Fly trying to get out of here. He's got the silence onto this Oracle once again. The Fortune's End follows it up. Fly on the run after getting hit with a Viper Strike. But they might just want to turn this. They've got the Hex. Oh, Lifestealer in trouble. Now the Tornado comes through and hits onto the Oracle. He might not have the False Promise to save Chris Luck. He pops the BKB, but it's not going to matter with the double Laguna Blade coming in and getting the kill. Doesn't matter when I've got this Ags and I can blow you up. Kaka takes him out. Now they've got the silence onto the Lifestealer. He's going to try and turn this around with a buyback coming out from Chris Luck. Getting away is IG.
Your admiral is on board.
Oh, Lincoln's. Oh, Abyssal on the duel. Emo. Oh, Emo got for 2 minutes. He's got buyback. He's going to use it immediately. Break through that Lincoln's. Take away the TP with the Abyssal Blade. And now over to Roche they go. Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard on the line. And I'm not sure IG can be willing to give this up. Cataclysm Torrent onto so many heroes. Does a lot of damage, but where's the follow going to come now? They need to get in here with Emo, but Emo's got to walk his way over as he already used the TP when he was trying to get out of danger. They'll throw the boat in. It's going to be a fleet. They'll infest. They'll pop fly out of the top end of this fight. They'll look over to the Legion Commander. They've got the silence on him as well as the BKB pop. The Laguna Blade comes out. Viper going to be in a little bit of trouble as he's going to be killed off by Kaka. They look for the Lifestealer. They've got the Abyssal Blade coming up for 5-5. They get the kill there. He's going to be in check for 2 minutes. And now Kaka looking for more. He wants this Legion Commander, but he'll let him leave as over towards the top end of this Stinger goes down. And they've got the Aegis on Emo. So 3 heroes gone. Legion and Mirana are your only 2 available to try and save this game for Beast Coast, as the Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard are into the hands of IG.
Oh, you're hot.
Thank you.
So push they do through the mid, finally onto the high ground. They've had that set of racks over top gone for quite some time, but they are going to rip through this tier 3 mid and go again to the throne. They'll take out 1 tier 3 tower. They want to take this series 2-0. Emo will join them eventually after walking all the way through mid, but I don't even know if they're going to need him. Look at the damage coming on, the speed of this attack from Kaka. The work of this tier 4. Only ones holding right now are going to be the Legion Commander as well as the Mirana. They've got the duel onto the Night Stalker. Is it going to be enough damage? It won't be. At least to get the duel. And now the Cataclysm as well as the Laguna Blade comes out. Everybody gone on the side of Beast Coast. 2-0 for IG. And they take the first game as a comeback and the second game in quite the back and forth. $54-35 for the side of IG. Whisper had a great game, 226 dual damage, 15, 12, and 5. Chris Luck, 4, 11, and 10. Hector only 8, 4, and 7, though. And JT, 13, 3, and 26. Fly recovered so well, 14, 5, and 21. Kaka doing so much with the Refresher. Ags, 13, 12, and 11. And then, of course, Emo, 11, 5, and 26. 37 kills involved into the 54. And we'll take a look at the graph. Beast Coast had a little bit of a lead, but it was IG since minute 27. They didn't let go of the lead that they had and ended up taking the series 2-0. So 1 comeback, 1 barn burner. A very good series here for IG. And that will be it for me. And again, just before I go, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties in Game 1. Luckily, Game 2 worked out a little bit better. And, unfortunately, Discord 2, so many technical difficulties. It's the most frustrating thing. But that is the end of the day here. And I appreciate you guys a lot. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I really, sometimes you don't get a second chance, especially in the same day. And you guys came back to listen and watch IG versus Beast Coast. So I thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for joining me. And that will be it for myself. Be back hopefully tomorrow if I can get my technical issues worked out, and we'll see you guys later. I'm your caster BCop at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting, and see you guys hopefully soon.